It's that time of the day. Yes, the GBNews Tavern has been declared open. The bell has rung, and I'm joined by Gay Kelleway, retired jockey, now racehorse trainer. Gay, welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
To Talking Pints.
This is Nigel Zero beer. Drink.
I believe you. I believe you. We don't force people to drink, but it's just the idea that we have a chat over a drink. Before I get to your life with horses, we must begin by talking about one of the greats. And I remember growing up and kind of family conversations, what's Lester Piggott going to ride in the Derby? And he was just this giant of horse racing. I mean, his career, it spanned nearly half a century in the saddle. And just your thoughts on Lester, what he meant to racing.
He meant a great deal to everyone. I mean, he was a hero. The old lady off the street would always say, no Lester Piggott. I was fortunate to spend a lot of time with Lester when I was a kid, because I rode as an apprentice during the years of Leicester's, you know, real height. I mean, I remember the first Derby I ever watched on TV from school was the Minstrel. The nuns let me watch the Derby.
It's unusual for a convent to allow you to watch a horse race.
Yeah, I know, they did, because they knew I was mad on horse racing, so my dad was a jockey. Anyway, so I was lucky and very, very fortunate, spent a lot of time with Lester. He was quite a character, and I think he amused himself so much in seeing people's discomfort around him. He had a very sort of very quick, quirky sense of humour. I remember one day I was in the car with him. Sally, his secretary, was driving the car back from the races, and he obviously got beat on a favourite, and he had his window down. It was a hot summer's day, and we didn't have air conditioning in those days. And a punter came along and tried to grab him round the neck, and he just said, "Try, Mum." And the punter was running along. It was so funny. I was sat in the back of the car. I was only about 18, and he was running along, and Lester just a wry grin on his face. I mean, that was Lester. And it was a nightmare for many trainers, because he used to do his own thing on the gallops. He hardly ever wanted to spend much time on a horse. He never went... If the trainer told him to go a mile, he'd only go 1,000 metres. You know, Lester never went very far. He used to cut across the gallops, drive the gallopmen mad, because he went all over the closed ground. I used to stick right up his backside, because I knew
when you're a
Lester
genius, you can do things your way in life.
And he knew straight away. I remember he used to be one side of the gallops in Newmarket, ride one horse that was fancied for the Derby, then disappear and go to the other side of the gallops, all in a space of half an hour, and ride two horses that were fancied for the Derby, but he knew which was the best ride.
Yeah, I met him once for lunch. I didn't know him as well as you did, but he was, 4,493 winners, 9 Derbies he won, which is absolutely astonishing. And it's the Derby this weekend. The Queen, we've got this wonderful Jubilee celebrations coming up. Thursday's going to be great in London. The weather forecast is good, trooping the colour, 70 aeroplanes, the Queen on the balcony, all of that's great. She's not going to be at Epsom, we're told. But you know the winner of the Epsom Derby, don't you? Oh, look, I've told everybody that you know the winner.
Well, here's the thing. It's a very apt name. Desert Crown would be the favourite. Young jockey that's never ridden a winner of the Derby, Richard Kingscote. So Michael Stout has had several winners of the Derby.
Yep.
Desert Crown is a very apt name. We've also got Aidan O'Brien, who's he's nearly just one short of having as many Derby winners as Lester. A brilliant trainer from Ireland. He's got Changing of the Guard. Or Stone Age. I like the horse Stone Age. Changing the Guard has a bit of advantage over all of them because he's won over the distance. And Aidan O'Brien sort of throws up a few long shots over the years. He had a big long shot winner many years ago. Whereas Stone Age is a front runner, which will suit the Derby course. So there's a few in it, but I'd go for the name. It just would be great.
Well,
also, Sir Michael has a runner for the Queen on the same day. Hasn't got a run in the Derby. He's got Just Fine. And, of course, the closest the Queen has come to a winner in the Derby is Oriole. That's probably the best horse she's ever owned. In 1953, when it was Coronation Week, and she finished second to Pinzer.
That's right.
So that's the closest the Queen's ever
the Queen's never won the Derby.
No, sadly.
No, she kept the other crown, but she's never had the Derby one.
That's right.